Hello again. Today I'd like to talk to you about some of the political disturbance that's going on here in the country. Frankly, to watch some of it is embarrassing. And what I'm talking about is the conflicts in a number of states between state governors or state legislatures and the unions in those states, and the attempts to do two things. One is the attempt to bring those state budgets under control, and the other one is the means that they're using, which is by limiting the political participation of the unions. I think most of the people in most of the states and around the country are very concerned with the amount of debt that exists in the states. And we have to understand why the debt is there. The debt is there by and large because, like the national economy, those state and local economies have collapsed, and the state is not bringing in the kind of money that it once brought in. And the other thing is that the state has lived in a world where it has made many promises to its employees, to its citizens, to its bondholders, promises that it's now doubtful that the state can make. And I believe that people around the country are generally committed to the process of bringing those budgets under control and bringing fiscal stability and soundness to the states. One of the concerns that some people have, however, is that these assaults on unions are not merely attempts to bring the union benefits under control, the union pensions under control, but an attempt to bring the unions under control. Understand that the unions seem to be, and in all likelihood probably are, very liberal institutions and have donated enormous amounts of money to the Democratic Party. And while I think everyone is sincere, there are people who may be involved in this process because they feel it will control and restrain the unions and create a better situation for 2012. The problem is that many voters, while they are very sincerely committed to bringing the budgets under control, are also very concerned about any attempt to change what they see as a part of the fundamental political process or the balance of power within the states. If the Republicans could get elected with the unions donating large amounts of money to Democrats, then the unions should be able to donate as much money as they want, and the people should decide which one of these groups it wants to believe invests with power. But the idea that you would move in and take someone out of the political process, to some voters may be something that's a little a hint of Hugo Chavez. It's also a problem that's related to how Obama behaved. When Obama came in, he had the broad support of the American people to help turn the economy around. Instead, he devoted himself to projects that didn't seem to make much sense or didn't seem to be connected to that process. They were, in his thinking and his theory, things like healthcare, things like the various alleged economic recovery programs. But the American people didn't see the connectedness. And so the Obama administration, while it succeeded in putting its policies in place, lost the support of the American people, and it ended up with Republicans being elected across state governments and Republicans being elected into the House and making deep inroads in the Senate. And the question is whether this exploration with the unions is one that's merely calculated to answer the problems created by the burdens of supporting these programs, or whether people will see it as, like the Obama programs, one that's undertaken with a great deal of sincerity, but one that reflects a political and social commitment that's counter to those of the unions, as well as the ones that are merely related to fiscal soundness. Within the next few years, we will get an answer to these questions as voters react to whether or not they're satisfied with what's being done in these states and at the national level. Thank you.